Alright, round one of our ninth edition rough drafts. Playing some Boros aggro. This looks keepable. Can cast our stuff. Might be able to kill something with In Spirit. Looks like we're up against some sort of black deck. Might as well play the plains. Probably lead on barbarians, most likely. Ooh, is this a control deck? Spineless Thug, can't block. Ooh, Beast of Burden. That could be pretty big when it comes down. Alright, Balduvian Barbarians, go. Hopefully we can just race our opponent, eventually pick off something with In Spirit. What does our opponent have now? Scathe Zombie. I don't know if we want to make this trade. It feels kind of bad. And I also don't know if we want to just attack in Spirit. That also feels kind of bad. Let's just play Venerable Monk. Gain a couple life. Play the Mountain. If our opponent attacks with Scathe Zombie, we can block with the Monk, and then maybe start attacking with Barbarians. I think this is more valuable than trading for a Scathe Zombie. We should be able to kill something bigger with it. Plus, having creatures on the battlefield isn't horrible because we have this Beast of Burden. So the more creatures, the bigger the beast. I don't think we want to make that trade, though. If they don't play anything, we will start attacking with the Monk. Even Fisher, 2/2, when it dies, they get to draw a card. There's a Master Decoy, that's good. Well, let's attack with the Monk. See if we can get this trade. No trade. And then play Master Decoy. There is a question as to whether we should block here. I'm kind of thinking the answer is no. Taking 6 doesn't feel great. But we get to crack back for 5. Oh, they're not even going to attack with the zombie. Alright, that's fine. Let's see what our opponent has. We also don't really want to just run Beast of Burden into a counter spell. Sift, draw 3, discard 1. Alright, we're going to slam Beast of Burden here. It is huge. So let's attack with the Monk. They've shown they don't really want to make this trade. And then, even though we won't be able to use our Master Decoy, getting down this Beast of Burden seems like a big game. 7/7. Let's see if they have a removal spell for it. They shouldn't have Artifact Destruction. They are in 2 of the worst colors for killing artifacts. If they can't kill it, it's going to turn into the Abyss pretty quick, where they're just going to have to sacrifice their worst creature every turn. And we're going to be able to start tapping things down with Master Decoy, which is nice. What's the plan? Alright. Phyrexian Gargantuan. Gargantua. Draws 2, loses 2, gets a 4/4. But this goes up to an 8/8, and we are going to be able to start attacking. If they try to sit back and do a quadruple block, we are going to wrath their board. Plains is sweet. We can tap the Gargantuan and attack with the beast to make them chump with the zombie. But then we probably got to chump on the way back. If we just swing, they block, block, block. That puts 8 damage on the beast, or they can't even block, block, block. Oh, well we don't, yeah. I was forgetting Spineless Thug can't block, so we definitely just swing with the beast. And then leave up the decoy to tap something, and also leave up In Spirit to Untap the beast for blocking if we need to. Here comes the chumps. The Abyss mode has officially begun. I think we probably just tap Gargantua. Yeah, so let's tap Gargantua. Take our beats from the Fisher. They probably should have attacked with Thug since it can't block. It's in their best interest to either get in that damage or have us trade, because what good does leaving that back do? Not any. Alright, another flyer, sure. And Deathgrazer. Alright, can destroy a non-black creature at the end of combat. So I think we have to tap that down. Tap down Deathgazer. What happens if we swing with everything? We swing with everything. Our opponent blocks here, takes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can put our opponent to 1, and then they hit us back for potentially lethal. Although we do have the In Spirit as a way to untap and maybe fix that. I wish we had drawn a creature. That would have potentially meant lethal damage. Made the beast bigger. We can attack here, and if they block, then we still have blockers back. Oh! If we swing with everything, they have to block. So I guess we just swing with beast. I'm assuming they're still going to block. If they don't, then we're still really set up to hopefully win next turn. Alright, they do chump. So that's fine. We will play the mountain, pass the turn. Well, let's see how they attack. Goes with the big attack. There are ways we die if we don't block. There's that 4-mana 2/2 that drains for 2, which I could picture this control-ish deck playing. On the other hand, we potentially give ourselves a way of winning if we don't block. If we don't block, we tap down the Deathgrazer, swing 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We would tap the Deathgrazer, Gazer. If we draw another Plains, we could untap our Master Decoy. I'm not sure what the best way of doing this is. I think we gotta block. I think it's too risky not to. This makes our beast smaller. I guess the other option would be to use our In Spirit here to keep our creatures alive. See if they have a counter or a removal spell. Alright, that worked. So now we got rid of their biggest threat and we kept all our stuff alive. Man, that Enrage or whatever it is would be awesome. The X gives +X+0. Another can't block creature? Oh, they did have Highway Robber too. It is a good thing we blocked or we would have lost. As horrible as it sounds, I think we have to sit on defense here. So we need to block, 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 yeah. We have kind of flooded out a bit. I get to tap down the flyer. Yeah, 10 lands is a ton when we've only drawn 15 cards. So, pretty impressive. We've been staying in the game with how this has been going. So, block, block, block. If they have another Highway Robber, we're dead. But this is what we got to do. Drop to 2. Our beast gets much smaller. And they have another Highway Robber. Oh, man. That was unfortunate. I guess we can bring in Soul Warden for the Thran Golem. Alright, game 2 of our rough drafts. And, well, alright, we got a Pinger, which is decent. Lava Axe, which is not good. And Beast of Burden. A little slow. That is the moral of this story. Not great to have Lava Axe. 2-drop? Yeah. Volcanic Hammer is decent. That will kill something eventually. And I guess in the very long game with Furnace of Wrath, Lava Axe gets better. Hill Giant's decent. Alright, those were good draws. Now we actually don't mind drawing a little more land to get to our Beast of Burden. Let's see what our opponent has here on 3. Anything reasonable? Scathe Zombie. Well, I guess we just play Hill Giant. Pretty good at locking up Scathe Zombies. My 3-3 beats your 2-2. Horn Turtle. Alright. I guess that's good at blocking our Hill Giant. For the moment. Ooh. Well, I think we're going to play Anabas Shaman here. Story Circle will be sweet eventually. But Anabas Shaman is better right now. They should not have a way of removing the Story Circle either. Question's going to be black or blue. I'm guessing blue just because that's where all their flyers are. Sage Even. Man, that card is bad. 1/3 flyer for 4. You get to reorganize your top 4. Oh. That card is really bad. I guess the good news for our opponent is that it doesn't die to Anabas Shaman. It does die to Volcanic Hammer. Another Plains is sweet. I think if we attack with Hill Giant, how they block? We could Volcanic Hammer. That might actually be the best play. Volcanic Hammer the Scathe Zombie, and then we can start attacking. Because remember, we are the aggro deck, so we want to be able to start attacking. If they blocked with Horn Turtle, then we can ping it with Anabas Shaman. If we left the Scathe Zombie, they would just block with Scathe Zombie and like Sage Even, and then we would kind of get ruined anyway. So ping the Horn Turtle, get rid of that. Plains, Story Circle on blue. I think is best just because we can block their ground creatures, so black isn't too scary. But they have a lot of flyers, and we don't have a lot of ways of blocking flyers, or any ways of blocking flyers. I don't know if they can deal with this once it's on the battlefield, in all honesty. Ugh, Mind Rot? Really? Alright. Got our Lava Axe and our Beast of Burden. No attacks. Enrage could be sweet eventually. Well, let's start attacking with Hill Giant. See, our opponent has been doing some weird attack and block things. Like, if you're not going to block there, well, I don't know. I guess it makes sense. They keep the Anabas Shaman from attacking, but they're only preventing 1 damage, because we can just ping them with the Shaman anyway. Is this Gargantua? Alright, our opponent draws 2 and loses 2. I think we keep attacking into it, because we can ping it with the Shaman. Now they start attacking. Or not. Yeah, let's attack with Hill Giant. Trading Hill Giant with Phyrexian Gargantua is fine. And our opponent's going to let us do it. Sweet. Annabot Shaman's been pretty solid. And then, well, might as well be leaving up all our white mana, I guess. I don't think there's any hasty blue things, but... Goblin Chariot. Opponent has us way out-carded. But we're pretty far ahead on board, and we haven't seen much removal out of our opponent. And we got big blue things locked up with Story Circle. Those suspenders crack me up. There's a highway robber. Sure. Drains for 2. And another flyer. Ugh, another mountain is not great. Well, I think we just pass for now. We don't really want to trade for these creatures since we can shut them down with Story Circle. So trading our Charioteer for a Windrake feels bad. Even though in a normal situation it would be fine. Yeah, we will trade with that thing though. More creatures would be nice. Horned Turtle. Well, our opponent's almost out of cards. Come on, more blue creatures. Sage Haven. So many bad flyers. Opponent gets to reorganize the top 4 again. So they will probably draw a good card next turn. Maybe the turn after that, and then lands. Hill Giant's not bad. Hill Giant, Mountain. This Enrage is going to give us a potential to steal a game. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can give +6/+0. So, when, like this unblocked Hill Giant, if we could get it through, would be a lot of damage. Here comes the attacks for 1, since we can Story Circle. What did our opponent find? Time our Hill Giant. Alright. Oh, they got a big play. Death Grazer. Well, our opponent's out of cards. Yeah, let's Hill Giant. Basically an instant replay of last turn. Shift, draw 3 cards, discard a card. Our opponent's got to have some lands somewhere. You can't just avoid lands with Sage Haven. They get to discard 1, they play 1, have 1 card left in hand. Goes attacking with the flyers. We Story Circle 2 of them. So we take another 1. If we draw lands, we definitely would like to draw planes, just because that shuts down more attackers. And what's their last card? Even Fisher. Alright, another bad flyer. Actually, that one's not that bad. Mountain, not great, but yeah, I don't think we play it till we draw another one. So we're going to be taking 2 in the air now because we don't have enough planes to shut down everything. So story circle, all the 2-power stuff. Well, I guess we're still only taking 1. It's just eating a lot of our white mana. And our opponent should have a lot of lands left in their deck. A decent amount at least, which they should start drawing eventually. And we have 3 more planes that will draw eventually, but instead we will keep drawing mountains for the time being. Technically we are winning this race with Anabot Shaman. I don't think that'll really get us there though. It seems unlikely. Here comes the Flyers. Story circle. Story circle. Icy Manipulator wouldn't be a bad draw. That might let us start attacking. So we take 1. Another Flyer. Well, the good news is we just get to shoot that down. Oh my goodness. Alright, another mountain. We are good at drawing lands and not plains. I guess it makes sense. We have way more mountains than plains, but still. Story circle. Story circle. Story circle. If we draw 1 more plains, we'll be taking 0. Spineless Thug, not especially relevant. They have another card too. Double Spineless Thug. Jeez. Well, we could definitely use a creature for once. Well, a plane shuts down more of the air attack. Oh, look at these lands. Our opponent's drawn 27 cards and 10 are lands. We've drawn 20 cards and 11 are lands. But that means they have to have, their rest of their deck has to be almost exclusively lands. They're going to start attacking with thugs. Well, we can story circle all the blue things. So, no damage from the blue Flyers. Then we block a Spineless Thug, take 2. Ping our opponent. Ooh. Can we Furnace of Wrath? Do we risk dying if we Furnace of Wrath? Furnace of Wrath. Doubles damage. Then we can ping Death Grazer. Then we can attack with Hill Giant. If our opponent doesn't block, we can win with Enrage. Our opponent does block. So we kill Horned Turtle. We are going to take 4 here, unfortunately. But we get to Story Circle all the blue creatures. And that does it! Furnace of Wrath and Story Circle. The combo got there. Whoo! Well, we flooded out, but we still got there. Oh, maybe we will survive this first round yet. Do we have anything good against Flyers? Can't really play Levitation. Not really. Yeah, I guess we'll just run it back like this. Alright, game 3 of our 9th edition Rough Drafts. Looking for that trip to the second round. This hand is solid if we draw lands. Alright, Mountain's good. Manipulator will buy us a ton of time against this deck. We have a Volcanic Hammer. So I think this hand is... Alright. No planes, but we are drawing lands. That means we're going to be able to cast Manipulator on time, which is good. And again, being the black-blue deck, they shouldn't have a way of dealing with it, so. Draws 2 cards. Alright, that's not a threat. I wouldn't mind drawing a 2 or 3 drop here. Well, we drew a 2 drop, but it's a white one. See what our opponent has. Highway Robber. Alright, drains us for 2. Well, I think we're just going to play Hill Giant. We haven't seen any real removal from our opponent's deck, and they've played a long way into their deck. So hopefully this is safe as a blocker. Ooh, Morning Star. That's a little more annoying. Takes it out of range of our Volcanic Hammer. So our best draw here would be a land, so we can play and activate Icy Manipulator. Alright, that's a land. That's very good. So now we get to Icy Manipulator. Start attacking with our Hill Giant and tap down this Highway Robber. And then our removal's online. We can start playing more Hill Giants. Eventually, we will draw white mana. It's one of those things that will happen sooner or later. Alright, so tap Highway Robber. Come on, white mana. Scathe Zombies. Is our opponent going to equip? Contaminated Bonds. Whenever the creature attacks or blocks, lose 3 life. Well, I guess we just play another Hill Giant. Is it worth losing 3 life to get in 3 damage? It's sort of tempting, just because we have Furnace of Wrath and this Lava Axe and Volcanic Hammer. That's 10, 16 damage. I think we do that. This feels really bad, but we technically can kill our opponent with what we have in our hand. Thanks to Furnace of Wrath plus Lava Axe. And plus we can still block one of these with the other Hill Giant. So tap down the one wearing the Morning Star. No attacks. Ooh, Sift? Jeez. If we draw a land, we can win in 2 turns, I think. Well, let's see what our opponent does. Not a land. Playing Furnace of Wrath is risky, and it could get countered by a mana leak. But if it resolves, we're very likely to win next turn. Oh, I don't know what to do here. I think we play Furnace of Wrath. See if they counter it. No counter. That means we attack with this Hill Giant. See if our opponent blocks. If not, our opponent goes to 10. And then Lava Axe would kill them. Alright, they trade off. So we just pass the turn. We get another shot at it potentially next turn, especially if we draw a land. Starting to seem that they do not have a counter. So tap down Highway Robber. Oh, land would be sweet here, because then we can leave up Manipulator and Lava Axe. Even Fisher. Equips it up. Land? Sandstalker. Well, I think the plan is to attack. See if our opponent trades their flyer for our Hill Giant. We go to 8 in the process. Oh, they are going to block. Alright, they block. They get to draw a card. Well, I think the plan is Volcanic Hammer our opponent. Put them down to 10. Pass the turn. Tap down Highway Robber, untap Lava Axe. They gotta have a counter or we win. Or I guess another Highway Robber would keep them alive, which would be disappointing. Tap that down. No Highway Robber, no counter. Horn Turtle. Alright, that is not either. Come on, no Highway Robber. 5. Yes! Double Lava Axe for the win. Oh, Furnace of Wrath is coming through. Ah, yes! Oh, winning with such bad cards. On to round 2.